Think back to the last time you walked into a crowded room full of strangers. The noise hits you all at once, and for a split second you freeze, overwhelmed by where to look or who to approach. Let's follow Alex, who just arrived at a community mixer. In an instant, Alex's brain is hit with a massive wave of social data. Dozens of faces, overlapping, loud voices, and shifting body language. To prevent cognitive overload, the brain kicks in a process called cognitive filtering. It's an automatic mental shortcut, reducing a huge pool of information into a tiny, manageable selection. It evolved to save our mental energy in high-density environments. Alex's mind instantly scans the crowd, ranking people based on subtle cues, and filtering out the vast majority. Through the top 5 selection principle, the brain isolates just a handful. The mental spotlight lands on Jamie, Taylor, Sam, and Morgan, the most viable options. This immediate spark of interest is a ruthless, subconscious survival mechanism, a way to prioritize targets and prevent short-circuiting in the face of too many choices. With the room narrowed down, Alex focuses on Jamie and Taylor. They are the most captivating and highly ranked individuals on that initial mental shortlist. But the brain does not simply tell Alex to walk up to them. Instead, a drive called risk aversion takes over. Risk aversion is the human tendency to prefer avoiding losses over acquiring equivalent gains, and it shifts these initial social rankings based on the fear of failure. Alex's mind runs a rapid calculation on a mental scale. The reward of talking to Jamie is weighed against the high probability of rejection. Because Jamie is in conversation, Alex's brain creates the illusion of unavailability, slamming a lock over them to protect the ego. Our minds will actively sabotage the pursuit of the most desirable social targets if the perceived mathematical risk to our social standing is deemed too high. Facing this high-risk environment, Alex physically reacts. Alex gives up on those top choices, leans against the wall, and simply watches the room. This withdrawal behavior is a specific tactic known as strategic passivity. Strategic passivity is a method of navigating social situations by waiting for others to initiate interaction rather than making the first move. By refusing to approach anyone, Alex completely offloads the emotional burden and risk of initiation onto the rest of the room. Is doing absolutely nothing and standing alone in a crowded room actually a brilliant social strategy? Yes, because waiting acts as a secondary filter. It instantly identifies candidates who are safe. Anyone who approaches Alex is willingly taking on the risk of rejection themselves. But this waiting period carries intense emotional tension. Alex is trapped in the paradox of desperately wanting to connect while entirely refusing to act. Leaning against the wall at a party acts as a calculated defense, a way to secure connection while reducing personal vulnerability to zero. Then, someone breaks through Alex's passivity. Morgan, a lower-ranked option from the initial mental scan, walks directly up to Alex. Morgan offers a warm smile and initiates the conversation. This simple, direct approach functions as a zero-risk, unambiguous signal of availability. This diagram shows the exact mental shift. Morgan's offer of immediate validation instantly shatters all of Alex's previous cognitive barriers and risk calculations. The probability of success jumps to 100%. Alex feels an immediate sense of comfort and relief, receiving a surge of validation because the transaction of connection is entirely effortless. Does this mean our connections are just the result of us settling for the easiest possible option? The allure of unapproachable stars like Jamie fades instantly because the human brain values certainty over initial desire. We are heavily wired to seek out safe validation. The courage to initiate will always triumph over the passive shine of the brightest person in the room.